What is a microservice architecture? Microservices are small, self-contained, independent, and autonomous services, where each service focuses on one and only one business functionality. A microservice architecture is an architectural pattern in which microservices are used as building blocks to compose applications. Conway's Law. Conway's Law states that organization typically designs systems that mirrors their own organizational communication structure. This means that organizations typically tend to divide the application into parts, where each part is developed and maintained by people belonging to certain role or sub-organization. For example, consider an organization which has a user interface group, an application developer group, and a database admin group. Such organization typically will divide the application into three layers: user interface layer, business logic layer, and a database layer. In contrast, microservices architecture divides the application into microservices, where each microservice provides a business capability. Stated in another way, microservice architecture divides an application into vertical slices rather than horizontal layers. What are the advantages of microservice architecture? Number 1. Services as components. Microservice architecture allows developers to treat microservices as building blocks or components of an application. Like any other components in an application, these components can be built, deployed, replaced, or updated independent of one another. Number 2. Component functionality mirrors business capability. As explained earlier, microservice architecture allows dividing an application into functional components where components are developed by individual cross-functional teams. This results in better cross-functional communication, shorter development cycles, and improved quality of the overall product. Number 3. Microservice architecture follows good architectural principles. Microservice architecture results in a better architectural practices in general. Because of the way microservices adhere to certain design principles, these architectures tend to promote high cohesion and loose coupling. Number 4. Decentralized governance. In any organization where there is a centralized governance, there is always a tendency to standardize a single language, framework, technology, or platform. We all have heard of certain companies being referred to as Java Shop or .NET Shop for the same reason. Microservice architecture promotes decentralized governance, and thereby discourage such centralized control over choice of language, framework, technology, or platform. Number 5. Decentralized data management. In a microservice architecture, each microservice has complete freedom to adopt its own data model and data storage. This allows each service to choose its own schema and storage type that is best suited and optimized for that service. This also removes the arduous task of shared database design, upgrade, and maintenance. Another advantage of distributed data management is the disposability and fault tolerance of the system.